It is Mary.
And Amma.
And we are here in the daylights to show you guys.
That's why the lighting is so
I
perfect.
know, right? But we are reviewing Love is Blind. Today is Friday. We know episodes 6 through 9 is coming on today. Mm-hmm. But we have just watched episodes 1, 2, 3. Mm-hmm. So we are going to review those for you. Then we're going to do episodes 4 to 5 later. From what I am seeing, it just seems like a lot of people here just, I don't know. Some people just don't seem like they're here for the right reasons. Yeah. Shake, I don't like how I'm feeling about him. Yeah. He just seems very shallow.
I know. When he was like...
would you be able to get on my shoulders? Like, I like to buy women's clothes. What size are you? So he's really trying to see who was fat and who's not fat.
Yeah.
And like...
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And then, what do you think about that girl... Cara. Like, she made the comment, I think that's her name. She made the comment that people like her for her blonde hair
and big breasts
and big boobs
But that's what you were leading with.
But then that's what you kind of talk about
all throughout
in the pod, like.
And then they're saying that women, I don't know which woman it was she was talking about. She's like, but she's no competition to me. Like, I think he can tell. I think she was talking
about Danielle.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah, because she was trying to be with Nick.
With Nick,
yeah.
Yes.
And she's like, well, I don't think she has any competition with me or whatever. Yeah. And he said, how would you know? Because he can't see you. He was like, well, I think he can tell. I think he can tell because you're there talking about sex and you're probably talking about how you look
and how
all this stuff.
Yes, and then she said, I have a lot of friends. I have a lot of Instagram followers. She said,
and I have like 10, 20 people in the car with me every day.
Yeah,
that's too much.
That's too much. Odd.
Odd.
I mean, I don't. Just a little immature too. I found her to be.
Yeah.
So there are 5 couples. Well, they ended up being 6 couples. So let's talk about talk about Nick.
Well, first I want to talk about Shake.
Okay, Shake. Okay, yes.
So he seemed really shallow. Mm-hmm. But what I liked about Deepti, like when she said, so what's your name? He said Deepti, and then he's like, oh, so you're Indian, and then she's like, yeah, how'd you know? He said, because I'm Indian. Like the way he said it was like,
as though he didn't like me. Indian.
I'm just like, bruh, Indian. And he said, I never dated Indian or brown girl before. I only date the blondes.
Right. That's
and
what
white guys. And she said, that's so funny because I only date the blondes too.
Well, white guys, yeah.
And then he was like, wow, we're both 2 brown people who only date white people. I'm like, oh God, here we go. So I was just like, this shit ain't gonna work with Deepti and Shake.
That's what I was
like, this is not gonna work.
There is just no way
in hell it's gonna work. Mm-mm. But I like the fact that she be checking him, putting him in his place. Yes. Because on my shoulders. What the hell is that?
I know. She said that was really shallow. That was what she told him.
Yeah, and then
she called him out on it. And I think that was surprising to him.
Yeah.
I guess maybe no woman has done that. To just say,
he probably thought he was
shallow.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay.
He was even asking Iyanna, was like, I like to buy women clothes. What size are you? And she's like, what the F? She was like, is this man high?
That. Yes.
I was like, okay, this bro's off the deep end. Jarrett, I have nothing much to say to you.
Well, let's finish talking about Deepti and do we want to talk about them up to the 3rd? Yeah, let's talk about them.
I guess we could. Well, I really want to talk about. Anyway, no, we're going to talk about Danielle.
Let's talk about each one. Yeah,
let's talk about Deepti and Shake.
The one
personally,
go ahead.
No, go. You go.
No, you finish.
No, you go.
Okay. I felt like when they both said that these are the people that they usually date. I was thinking, I wonder if. Because they both, I guess, came to this country early. Yeah. And I just wondered if they were running away from their culture. Because that happens a lot. Well, he said he was. Because that happens a lot when, you come from somewhere, you come over here to America. It's like the parents, they're like this about the culture because they don't want you to forget it. Yeah. So it's like they try to find any, the group of people who... are from your culture, if there are certain lessons you have to have, they try to make sure you have that and all this. And I wonder, as the children get older, though, and they get into their teen years, they run away from that. And as they become young adults, they run away from that. They rebel. Because I don't have to do this anymore, you know. So that was very interesting. But one thing I did like about Shake was that I think we saw in the 3 episodes him really, and it was really good to see on TV, him really kind of self-correcting.
Yeah, for sure.
Like he discovered himself in a sense that, you know, I have been really shallow. Like, you know, and I guess maybe Dipti just
because she
calling him out.
Yeah, she said that she actually had gained weight, that she was actually big before,
right.
And then she had lost 70 pounds. So he's just like, oh shit.
But before she told him about that, mm-hmm. she told him he was shallow, and then they separated. You know, it was the next time when they came back together that he was telling her, you know, when you kind of called me out.
Yeah,
I realized that I maybe I am really superficial,
right,
where weight is concerned. And then I think because he opened up like that and was willing to call his own self out, willing to see that flaw in his character,
right,
it opened her up to be able to say, you know, I was heavy, 70 to 80 pounds heavy,
yeah,
and I lost it. And then he was able to say that he was chunky, because that's what I find. People who have these weight issues and stuff like that, they also had a weight problem.
Yeah.
That they didn't like themselves. And so now this is how they feel when they meet other people.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. So it was nice to see his kind of like evolution, like his growth in this scenario.
Now, like we said, we've already watched episode 3.
Mm-hmm. 1 to 3.
So, on the honeymoon, my thing is, do I think they could last? Absolutely. Mm-hmm. But I feel like
talking about Gifty?
Yeah, okay. I feel like he's going to self-sabotage, and I think she's ruining it. She is doing entirely too much. You are kissing this man, you're so excited, you're so this, you're so that. Mm-hmm. In the pods, you were checking him. You know, you're keeping him mysterious. You weren't all like, "Oh my God, yes." Here, you're all over him. You're all kissing
there are
him.
other things you guys can do. Like, you don't have to be all over him.
And so excited. Like, take it back just like a little bit, because the thing is, one, you're not his type, so you need to keep that in mind. So I feel like when you're too, like, trying to take the lead with all the physical stuff, and then you're being too overly excited, it kind of turns him off. Because one, it's like Jared and Iyanna. I know I got this in the bag. Yeah. So now I can start acting the plum fool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like she's doing too much.
Yeah.
You're just doing too much.
And I think it triggered her because he was doing a lot, right? When he met her, he was grabbing her booty. And he's I am going to get you pregnant. But, you know, women, it's okay for the man to be like that. But you want to always kind of keep it mysterious, too, a little bit. And then I think also her leading with the kisses and all that stuff.
And then,
it's also you kind of taking the masculine energy.
Yeah.
It's a masculine energy because you're the one leading with a kiss. Allow him to do that too. Allow him to take the lead in that as well. Because I think that is seeming to turn him off. Absolutely. So far. Because he seems to be kind of pulling a little bit. Now, he's still wanting you, though. He seems as though he's still interested. But anytime you kind of go for him like that, he moves slightly. So hopefully she will kind of reel that in as we.
I think he about to do a whole 180 on her. That's what I'm thinking.
You know what I think? What I think with Shake, I think that Shake, his willingness to grow, even in the pause, they talked about. She says, that thing that they do where the woman,
touches the feet,
and
she's like, I'm not doing that because we're equals.
And he was like, yeah, I'm right there with you. And then when they met,
he touched her feet.
He touched her feet, put his hand on his head, and touched her feet again before he proposed again. I thought that was so cute. I thought that was so cute that he did that in a sense, like honoring her. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I thought I would have loved if she would have done that back to him.
Yeah, I feel like
you
if
know,
the man does
just
it,
like,
then why not? Because we're equals.
And I think that, so it's going to be interesting to see, because I think that they both realized and got an appreciation for their culture.
Yeah, and I'm so
As
happy they went
this
back to
thing-
their roots.
Yes, like as this stuff was going on,
Yeah,
they seemed to like really like have an appreciation for who they were.
yeah, who they
And for
truly are.
the history and the culture that they, you know, had. So that was nice to see.
I know.
I always love it when people like remember who they are and kind of appreciate, because you can never be someone else. You can
Right.
never do that well because you're not them.
Right.
You can only be who you are well. So I always love to see that, regardless what the culture is. There's people who go and they really appreciate where they're from and who they are, you know?
Right.
So that was really nice.
Talk
So that's all for Dipti and,
Yeah.
and Shake. Yeah.
So I want
So,
to talk
who do you wanna
about
go to? Which one do we want to go to? Do you want
Jared.
Okay.
Let's talk about
Jared,
that fool.
Jared and Iyanna,
Yeah.
right? And Mallory.
Let's start with
So-
Jared first.
Okay, so let's
start with him.
Yeah, let's start with
Because
Jared.
he is the whole root
Yes.
of what we finna get into.
Just get into it now.
Jared seems very not genuine to me. I feel like, I don't know, he seems very happy with Mallory. With
Yeah, I
Iyanna,
think he liked Mallory. He wanted Mallory from
he
what?
wanted Mallory.
Yeah. But then the thing was, though, what I saw, he didn't really, well, and I don't know how deep their conversations were. It seemed to me like their conversations were not as vulnerable as, it seemed that it was fluffy. It was still surface stuff, right?
It was very for surface.
Whereas with Iyanna, they went into things that happened to them, right? Him talk about things that happened to him. She talk about things that happened to her. So I just did not see why
he was so heartbroken.
He was so like, you know, Mallory. Yeah, I just, you know, Mallory's the one, and yeah.
Well,
so I just felt like that was odd.
There's a reason why he wanted Mal, for sure.
Yeah.
With Iyanna, I felt like I know Iyanna was all into him and everything, but
maybe she was showing too much.
She was all into him or whatever, but he really wasn't feeling her. And you know how
she
I
was
knew that
she
because
was too happy, like Dipti too. She was too wanting him too much.
Yeah.
Showing him how much she liked him. She was always giggling.
Yeah.
Right?
And my thing is,
and men, I mean,
yeah, she was too happy to see him.
Yeah,
and
it
that
was
I
too
knew
much.
that he really wasn't into her when she told him about her sexual assault where she got like raped or something. And this man was like, wow.
When she was so, she says,
you're very resilient. That's all he
said.
said. You're resilient.
Yes.
They always say, oh, you're resilient, you're strong. They always say that to... They always are saying that.
To you want to say to black women.
To black women, yes, okay.
Yeah.
They're always saying and they're always complimenting our strength. Nothing else but the resilience and the strength.
Yes.
But he goes and talks about how he got stabbed.
I get so tired of hearing.
I get so sick of hearing that.
When people say, "Oh, you're so strong,"
as if we can't be feminine.
Oh, you're a queen. And
the word queen has ruined it.
Because when you do that, right away you're
not humanizing her.
Yes, you're putting me here.
You're putting me here.
If I'm queen,
I can't
if I'm
fall.
Queen, I'm here. Exactly.
I can't fall.
I'm never
I can't
allowed
do
to
nothing
fall.
wrong.
And then you add that I'm strong.
Yeah. So
or resilience. Like,
so I don't want to see you cry. I don't want to see you fragile. I don't want you to even show any emotion.
Yeah.
So you're strong. Keep it that way.
But then when we're showing strength, you're too strong.
Yeah.
Also, so it's like you can't be vulnerable. So I just did not like that.
BS.
Because with Iyanna, the way I felt like when I look at Iyanna, she's actually, I'm thinking she's like my favorite person. I mean, I have some other, but I really like. I'm very
like this
protective.
because I don't like the fact that she chose him.
Yeah, but
I felt like that didn't make no sense.
I'm kind of like protective of Iyanna because I just feel like just emotionally, I wish she'll find with everything that she talked about her background, what happened, right? I guess her mom was in there, and then she was raised by her cousin, and then she was back out on her own at 18, and then at 17 she was sexually assaulted. So it's like I am just feeling protective towards her.
Yeah.
Like I want her to win because she deserves to win.
Well,
because
she ain't winning with Jared. That's for damn Skippy.
Like a tough young life, right? And and then she's just cute as a button. Like she's just really so cute.
Yeah.
And then she really likes Jared. You could tell she really likes him.
That's the issue. You need to stop letting men that you know that you like them. He should not know that you like him.
Yeah, she's really showing that she likes him. And with Mallory, this is what I felt with Mallory. I felt that it was very fluffy, and she kind of She
only got deep with Sal.
Exactly.
That's what I felt.
That's my thing. The thing is, I felt as though Jared was not really reading the room well, because Mallory, first of all, she called him Jer Bear, right? When she first met him. Nobody has called him that, but she called him Jer Bear. So I felt as though she was already putting her hand like this to him.
Absolutely.
But the fluff is around here. Like, we're going to kind of sort of flirt. We're going to talk about the sports that I like, and then we're going to talk about, he's like, I'm a hustler. I got this, I do this.
I never heard you talk about that with Iyanna.
Yeah, and then she's like, okay, yeah, I got my investment, right?
And he said, where do you see your husband and all that?
And then she says, she said,
and then she hesitated
right?
a little bit.
Yeah.
She's like, well, I guess he'll be a partner in that.
Yeah,
I want to be a partner.
Like, we can decide whether to say it
but that's my issue. I thought you had money.
She seemed a little taken aback by that. So,
because you're talking about how you have all this money, but you want to know how my husband's going to be in my investments, right? So my stuff that I worked for. You want to come and invest with me? No, take your broke ass over there. Yeah. Don't come into my investments. I've been working hard for this.
Yeah.
You go somewhere.
Yeah. Because when he said, where is your husband?
You see your husband? Why are you asking me about my money?
My husband in all of this. Like, that was...
even he was like, wow, you got investments. While you there work your 4 to 5, 6 different type of jobs, are probably bringing enough money. So I just
felt it was like, like how you meet people, and the first thing they ask you is, what do you do? Then they
what do you bring to the table?
They try to exactly. Then they try to figure out. Like, okay, what do you do? Mm-hmm. They ask questions, try to figure out what your purse is like. So I just felt all of that was fluff, and then they talked about cuddling or something.
Well, she didn't answer. She didn't answer.
This is the other thing. Exactly. He said...
He can't read a room.
He said, do you
cuddle with your dog?
Right, because she has a German Shepherd. And she says, yes. And then he's like, oh, will you cuddle with me?
Would you like to cuddle with me?
And then she says...
You sound
like a good cuddler.
She didn't answer.
But she didn't say...
Oh, I want to cuddle with you.
Because that was a moment for her to say... Oh, yeah, I would love to cuddle with you, right?
She wasn't feeling him.
She wasn't feeling... And then the other time when we could tell that when he asked her about a ring, right? And she said she likes gold. And he's like, oh, okay, so we got to get that. She could have said, oh, I would love to see your ring on my finger. She could have said so, right? But she didn't. So that's why...
She didn't say nothing. Yeah, that's why... She just smiled, but it's not like he can see the smile.
Right, so that's why it was odd to me...
That he was so heartbroken.
When she said, I have feelings for someone else, and he was...
This man took a damn pillow and was like this... crying like a woman, and had all the men come and comfort him like he had like some death in the family.
And then I was happy one of the roommates said, hey, look, Jared, you were... He really was telling
him to buck the F up and stop acting like
there's another woman, like Iyanna is there, who sounds really sweet. Because I'm sure maybe the guys, when he was talking about both of Iyanna and Mallory, I am sure when he was talking about both Iyanna and Mallory, the guys can hear, right? They can, from what he's telling them about Iyanna, they probably also can see that Iyanna really likes him, right? Mm-hmm. And they can see that, Jared, I don't know, whatever you say about Mallory, is she really feeling you like that? And then I don't know if Sal spoke to them about his connection with Mallory. So probably the roommates from the outside looking in, they can tell, you're going to get your heart broken right here.
I just want to say something.
Yes, go ahead.
Can
and
I say it?
No, probably not. If you're thinking about it.
No.
If you have to think about it.
No, I don't think about it. I personally just think, because they both said it already, that she could hear who he was through the thing, and because he also told Nick, I just knew she was fine. He told him that. Remember that? And
that's the preview.
That's
we have
for,
to see it.
Yeah,
we have to watch it.
But yes, so I think that
ahead,
Yeah, but I just think that he
maybe had a vision in his head.
I think he knew who he wanted, and he really wanted Mal. That's who he wanted.
Maybe he had a vision, or maybe she had told him how she looked or something that we did not see. And he had a vision in his mind who she was, and that's what he wanted. But they don't show us everything. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna get into that with episode 4 and 5 for sure.
Yes.
But yeah, so I just feel like she just kind of screwed herself, Iyanna.
Yeah.
And then the thing is, during the proposal,
oh my God,
right? This fool comes and was like all low energy.
Wait, what proposal?
With Iyanna and Jared. No, let's hold with Mallory. So he asked her.
He didn't really propose.
He did.
And the thing is, he was even scared to really just come out and propose.
Say it. Because he knew she didn't want him.
He knows.
She knew it.
Because he knew their connection is not that great.
And it's shallow. It's shallow. Like 2 feet water.
Yeah, so how did he propose? Go ahead.
He basically was like, so how would you feel if I would propose to you? And then she basically told him, my connection's strong with somebody else. She cried for about 20 minutes.
I know. You see, though, she really just doesn't like to hurt people,
I think it was
right?
the death of her old self, like you said.
Yes, because she said
she's used to dating people like Jared.
And I wonder how she knew. You see, that's what I'm saying.
But she said she could hear his voice through the things. And I'm sure the way they were talking, the way it was very shallow, she felt that same connection with the old people she had. She said that's who she's used to dating.
And obviously that
it has not worked out for her.
For her.
The men obviously are just, very shallow or not really caring about who she is.
She's used to, dating people.
Like
and there are a lot of men like that who are not, they're just shallow. So she's used to dating shallow men. And she realized, and who don't care about her feelings.
Or even interested in who she is on the inside. But Sal was there. They had a connection. They talked about deep stuff,
about family and all
and
that.
everything. Yeah. It wasn't no Jared Bear or Mal and all that stupid
and all the
stuff.
Yeah.
So he really couldn't even propose because he knew damn well she was not into him.
He knew. And I don't know why he went through that whole process. Anywho. But yeah,
they
so
love
that did
to
not
embarrass
work.
themselves.
Yeah. That was embarrassing. But you know what it is?
And then you went and was crying to the men. It's like, stand up. Stand up. Y'all be weak at the knees.
That was a little cringy because he was like, there were real tears coming out.
It's like he had a teddy bear. He was like, oh.
I think it just also his ego too. Took a hit. Like,
look, you knew damn well that one wasn't going to choose you.
And I think the men also knew because they came and
were like, literally was like, look, Iyanna was there, brush up. I finna be cuddling you all night.
Everybody knows that she likes you.
Yeah.
That's what the guys told her. So obviously, maybe she has been talking about it to guys in the pod. But, like, they knew. Like,
he really basically just brushed him off. He was like, look, Iyanna likes you. You have another connection. She liked you. So, deal with it. Because I ain't finna be cuddling you all night. Yeah. And then he walked away.
No, he didn't say I can't be calling you like.
But that's basically how he said it. Like, he's like, bro, get it together. Like, for real. You sitting here crying with the towel wrapped around your neck. Like, for real. And you tripping like this.
And you know how sometimes some men don't really like the whole emotional
I
thing.
know.
So they're just like, okay, what do we do here? But
you here having an emotional breakdown.
They tried to comfort him. But anywho.
But
then he goes to
Iyanna.
Oh my God.
Basically, so one day he's basically like, I went to Mal, and I basically asked her.
He was wearing the same thing.
Just embarrassing.
He said earlier,
I had a date with Mal. And I basically asked her a question like, how would you feel if I would propose to you? And he said, I did not get the answer I wanted. So, that tells you right there that he wanted to propose to her and marry her.
And if
it was not you,
yes,
boo. It was not you.
Yeah, and if she had said yes, he probably would have. And that's what she asked him.
She said, it makes me feel like if she would have said yes, you would have just gone. Yeah.
And he did not answer. He sighed. I don't know.
And then she was like, it hurts because I was so sure about you.
Right.
And then she walked out,
and
whatever.
She's like, I don't want to play. I know this feeling. Like, I don't want to play second fiddle.
Yeah.
You know,
and
that
you
was
should have
so
stayed with that instead of coming back the next day and accepting some half-ass proposal.
But you know something. I have to give the producers this. That whole scene was so beautiful. Like, even though they were both sad, because it's like
what was
she
beautiful?
left. No, she left. I'm just talking about the aesthetics. You know, she left, and the song "Say Something, I'm Giving Up on You." I was like, "Oh, you're so beautiful." And then she goes to the ground, and he's holding the golf club like that.
Yeah, still needing a damn teddy bear to soothe his broken heart, which he knew the connection. I can't with this fool. I don't like that man. I would just say straight up.
I just don't want him hurting.
He already is, because
we're gonna be right back. I have to call.
I just thought the proposal was very sorry. You know, he's there saying that, oh, you know, I had just seen Mal. She did not give me the answer I wanted. Da da da. And then he goes, and she was like, so he's there talking. She was like, you know, it just makes me feel like you didn't really want me, and I was so sure about it. This is the second day she comes and she's in the car again.
Okay.
And she was like, you know, and now it just feels like you weren't.
To new clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he answers the question or whatever and stuff, and then he's like, "Will you marry me?" And she was like, "I
was not expecting
I was not expecting that." And then she's like asking him repeatedly, "Are you sure? Are you sure?
He's like, I got
Are you positive?
And you got me." That's
yeah,
what he
sorry,
says.
self. So it's just like, if you have to ask a man if he's sure, if he's positive, you probably should be with him. A man should let you know 110% that you are the one for him. Yeah. You should not have to ask him if he is sure. Yeah. And anyway, I can't wait to get into episode 4 and 5, because I'm gonna go in.
Yeah,
so it just don't make no sense.
Yeah, the proposal, you know, but.
And then even when they went up and walked up to each other, I don't know, but it just felt annoying to me. You can talk about it.
Well, I mean, they did seem to be. You know, you said something about the ring. So ingenuine. That it was a gold ring.
It was gold.
I just wonder
like
if he
Mallory.
had gone and bought that ring for Mallory. It was a beautiful ring, though. It was a really beautiful ring.
Well, you know, he had to get a good ring for Mallory.
I know.
Yeah, that's who he wanted.
Yeah, that's what
and
it was his first choice.
It was a gold ring.
Yeah.
So
very pretty, though. I really like that ring. It had like little flowers. It was almost like it was like a flower.
But you know what? It's embarrassing, because when she goes and shows her ring to Mallory, Mallory's gonna be like, it's gold. You know what I'm saying? So all the embarrassment this man now brings to your life.
Well, this is what I am hoping. I am hoping that Jared. What do we hope for them?
I hope that she leaves him as soon as possible and she frees herself from that prison. That's what I hope.
I am hoping that because the thing
I ain't gonna sit up here and lie. I know it ain't gonna work. And I'm sure as soon as he see Mal, he gonna be thirsting over her. I guarantee it.
Well, but you know, this is the thing, right? Because Iyanna likes him so much and she's so crushing on him, my hope is that he will realize. She will
roll over and deal with whatever.
I'm hoping.
Sounds about right.
No, I'm hoping that Iyanna he will realize the good in Iyanna, and just like how Sheikh saw the good in Dipti, even though she wasn't white, you know, like she was Indian and he had never been with an Indian before. So I'm hoping that he will change course and see the beauty in Iyanna and really, you know, start crushing on her. That's my hope. Because it was just kind of like, well, then we're going to get into the next. Man,
let's just wait to see how Sheikh starts acting towards Dipti. And let's just see how he starts acting towards Iyanna. I'm sure shit going to hit the fan real fast like a fire.
Well,
so let's hope.
You know, because
I always see
feel
these
like
fools acting the plum fool with these women.
Because the thing is, a lot of times the woman has made this decision, right? Mm-hmm. This is the man that I want to be with. I really like this person and all this stuff. And so I always hope, because sometimes I think with men, they feel like they have so many different options. Like usually a woman will see someone and she makes that decision more so than the man, the man always is feeling like, not all men, but like, oh, there might be this other person. What if this other person is better? So my hope
You
is
need
that
to be
these
more like that, ladies.
guys will be able to find and look at the people who have chosen them and who they have chosen, that I'm going to be with this person and I am going to love her, hopefully.
Anyway,
but, yeah, the next person.
Let's go over ahead and do Mal and Salvador. Then we'll do the last three.
Now, I think this is another one that has the whole culture thing too, which I am really liking. Which I am really liking too. Now that at the end, Mallory went. Like, he is Hispanic, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think she is also part Hispanic, right?
Yeah.
And so they really met on that. They really connected on that. And when she finally met him, look, I just think Sal is fine. Like, that man is easy on the eyes. He is fine like some sweet wine. And his voice is
very
just
sultry.
Fire. Okay? So, but yeah. So I just feel like, even though when she saw him, it wasn't what she
and it seemed like she backed away when she kissed him. She was just like.
but when he walked her back to her area, she leaned in to give him that last kiss. So, but then later on, anyway, we'll find out later. But I just hope in this situation also, I hope that Mallory
sees the good
in Sal. Because, ladies, you got to go with your instincts, right?
Yeah.
Iyanna, you had the instincts that you were being second fiddle. That's an instinct. And a lot of times women, we kind of move away from our instincts. Mallory, you felt as though Jared was someone that you had dated before.
Yeah.
Right? And now you wanted to be with someone like Sal because you felt that
he was seen.
You were deserving of that love. Great. I know. I felt something like on my leg. Like, I felt something on my leg. Like someone kissing my leg.
Aww.
And that was her. I didn't even know she was under there all this time.
I didn't know where she came from.
She came from under the couch. Aww. Yeah. So,
She's gone.
I just hope, Mallory, you'll be able to remember.
Hope you see the lights.
Because that's what you said. You said, I realized that I deserve a love like Sal's.
Yeah.
That's what you said. So you realize that you probably we're not going to get that with someone like Jared because he is familiar to you.
Yeah.
So I hope, just like we're hoping that Dipti and Jared will see the good in their partners, Mallory, I'm hoping that you will see the good in Sal.
Yeah.
Because the physical will come. That's something that people put a lot of significance on. If you marry someone, you will find ways, and that's the only person you're going to be with. At some point, you're going to master that person's body. You're going to know how to please that person.
And like I said before in other shows,
and that is the truth. And I know this from experience. You will master that person's body. They will master yours. And even if it wasn't good in the beginning, I promise you, it's going to be fire by the,
And let me tell
as
you
time
this.
goes on.
Like
that's the only person you're with.
And like I said in other shows, there are times where women get with men and they are just so gung-ho about them, like Iyanna is with Jared. And you're here thinking, oh my God, he's so awesome, he's so this, but you're blinded by love. So sometimes you're thinking like, oh, he's such a great kisser, he's so good in the bed, he's so this, he's so that. Love sometimes blinds you. And sometimes you get to know that person and the it all comes together quite well.
Yeah.
But I don't think anybody needs to trust find anything, because if you really like that person, you're going to find a way to like that stuff.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
Yeah, but it will get better,
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I really liked Mallory and Sal.
I think they're a great couple. I think she should stay on that and focus on that man.
And she when he will talk to her, or when he sang to her, she was blushing. Like, her whole face got red.
Yeah.
I didn't see her ever have those moments with Jared.
Not at all.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, and she did say, she said, like, Sal speaks to my heart. That's don't take that for granted, Mallory.
I know.
Don't take that for granted now.
Yeah.
Whew, child. So, okay, who's the next one?
Let's
Who are
talk.
we?
Well, it's just the last three couples. Let's talk
Nick-
about this fool.
Which one?
What's that guy's name? Shayna.
Shane.
No, I want to talk about Shayna first. With
Oh,
that guy
Shayna
who's
and
ate
I
this.
don't know. I don't know what his
Girl,
name
where
is.
did this religious stuff come from?
Kyle, that's his name.
Where does religious stuff come from?
Shayna, you
I'm
were
just
there
curious.
talking about
Sex and
all
what you
kinds
were
of
wearing.
things, and that is not how someone who is in that Bible will lead with when she talked to a man.
I know, so I'm just
So
like,
all of a
why
sudden-
are all of a sudden you're super religious with
When
Kyle,
it comes to Kyle, but with
but
Shane,
you were not.
You know what I think? I have a theory.
Here we
You know,
go with the
yeah,
theory
but
strap.
you know what I think with Shane, right? She was trying to, that's the person she really liked, right?
I don't know why.
But once she realized, okay, this is not going to work with Shane, Kyle, this is it. But there's a part of me that I don't really talk to guys about. It's also very important if we're going to get married, if we're going to get engaged.
But she was there
And that's
drinking
why-
her liquor like
And I guess
she was
maybe that's
drinking it like
why.
water.
Yeah, but people.
She
who
had
are-
about four different shots,
People who are
Mom.
Christians, they do drink. I mean, because they drink. They even drink in the church.
They drink
wine.
tequila.
No,
They drink
wine.
Hennessy.
But they drink wine. It's not against their religion or anything like that.
Hennessy is definitely stronger than wine
I mean,
on Sundays.
I will not know. I mean, well, tell us. You know, those of
I'll
you
tell
who
you what.
are in
Oh.
the Bible. You know, like I don't think I have read the Bible, but I don't remember seeing something about. I know there's
Drinking
something
Henny?
about drinking, but maybe it's more so don't drink things that are gonna get you drunk and
Hennessy will definitely get you drunk. You only
You
need
know.
about 2 shots.
stuff. But I don't think it's forbidden to drink. I don't think it's forbidden to drink. And I know in the church they do have wine that they pass and they drink.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. So my thing is, I just don't
Um,
know with Shayna.
Probably. Hold on.
All right, you guys. So where were we? We were talking about Sal and Mallory.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they are a gorgeous couple. I think hopefully they focus on each other.
Mallory. That's
Sal.
for you.
Yeah. But let's talk about Nick and Danielle. He was very serious about her. He did not waste any time.
He liked Kara though.
Yeah, but he quickly.
But then he says, "Okay, I want to have a wife who
He said,
the sex is great,
No,
but also I want to be able to talk to her."
he said he wants to make sure.
And he felt with Kara. Go ahead.
And he said he wanted to make sure that, he wanted to see who he can spend the rest of his life with and who he can just have somebody who
More
he can
than
have a
sex
good
with.
time with. That's what he worded it as.
He wants
But
both, and
he
not
said
just
he wants both.
a good time.
Yeah. So, Cara, you were there saying she's no competition. Well, obviously she was. Boom, pow, pam. My thing is with Danielle, that's a red flag. She's like, she always
Low
needs
self-esteem.
assurance, that insecurity, the fact that she just needs so much validation. I feel like you need to be able to validate yourself and not need somebody. Because I think it can be really taxing on a partner if you need somebody
can't
to
stand up for
validate you
yourself, yeah.
all the time and give
Yeah.
you assurance all the time.
And
Like
then
if
she said
I'm
she
gone,
doesn't believe people when they talk.
yeah. So my thing is like if I'm gone for a month or whatever, and I have some business trip, and I'm not seeing you every day, are you going to go crazy? So my thing is, you have to come to, like I say all the time, you have to come to somebody with your water, with your glass filled with water, not some half spit water. Because I ain't drink that for the rest of my life. So
We don't want
I
no
don't know.
backwaters.
So yeah, that's them.
So that's a little red flag.
It's a
For
huge
you.
red flag. I think
Yeah.
I would be very. I would not marry somebody who's insecure. I couldn't do that.
Yeah. I had a friend of mine say to me, he says, there are 4 things. Yeah. He said, there are 4 things that a woman, that are red flags for me. That if a woman has all 4 of these things, I'm not going to bother with that. And he said, and out of those 4, there's one thing. If she is, I am definitely not going to bother. If she just has that one stuff, but she's good. She doesn't have the other 3 red flags. And that was insecurity. He's like, I am not dealing with an insecure woman.
I feel like when women are insecure, they are really insecure. Because one thing is, We have all the pressure on society for us to be perfect.
Yeah.
We have all these expectations.
Yeah.
And I feel like as women, we are always so conscious about our bodies.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody can tell you anything worse than what you tell yourself.
Yeah.
So I feel like as women, sometimes our insecurities are heightened.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day, this is a man's world. They have made the world for men to be as comfortable as possible. Like, let's just be honest. You know, that's why...
putting it.
That's
so true. When you say it's a man's world, men have made it comfortable
for themselves to be in it. It's like you go to Google and you type in what is a mom bod. They said it's something where a woman has let herself go. She does not look good anymore. Everything is sagging. But they say a dad bod is something that is earned after you have worked so hard your whole life. I'm like, after I had to carry children, my body's shameful. So just that. I feel like when women are insecure, it really... And I deal with it all the time. Like, especially like with weight gain and the whole thing with COVID. You gain like 60, 70 pounds. You now feel like a fatty on the couch and all this stuff. So, I mean, I feel like I think it's a huge thing for somebody to be secure. Because you can't expect somebody to make you feel secure. That has come from within. So, it is a red flag. So, I don't know how crazy she gonna get, but we damn sure gonna see.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
And what was the last one? I think that was it.
No, let's talk about Shane, and I can't stand
That's your
Shane.
boy.
I can't stand that fool. Like, even on the hunt, like, I mean,
he also
I thought it was
someone
a red
who
flag.
Needs validation.
Too damn much.
He needs validation.
If Shane is shot, those...
And
the
Shayna,
2 S's.
Right, yeah.
But then he was always asking her, what are you wearing? And I thought it was a damn shame when Natalie came in and he was like, so what are you wearing? And Natalie was just silent. He was like, hello?
Yeah,
hello?
So there was this moment where he's like asking, what are you wearing? Thinking it's Shayna.
Mm-hmm.
And Natalie said, hello? It's Natalie.
And he just starts punching.
Yeah, and he acted plumb full. I don't want to be bothered with it. He had a full-out tantrum.
Yeah, and my thing is, he said... One that really stuck with me that was a red flag is that he said, this isn't even worth it to me anymore.
Yeah.
You're the one who effed up.
Yeah.
I should be saying that.
Exactly.
So, my thing is, he's not a man who can accept responsibility, correct his ass, and keep him pushing. So,
and then, Shayna, you also were leading with your body when it came to Shane.
So, I'm shocked that she's talking about religion.
With Kyle. And insisting.
I don't know.
You know, but I think that's an important part of her. That now that she's like, okay, I'm going to get engaged. I want to make sure this guy's, you know. But you led with that only to find Shane didn't want that completely. He didn't have that respect for you. So that's a lesson for women. You lead with that. You're all everything sexually to a man. That don't mean it's going to keep him.
Yeah.
And most times it don't.
And my thing was, when she came back around after Kyle had proposed to her, I'm just like, it's a hot mess. Yes. So, the whole religion thing. But, so, that's my thing. I think Natalie should have just walked away and stayed away. Like, that fool ain't about nothing. And then the thing is, he was there trying to be a dog, though.
Natalie, because he said he felt safe emotionally with her.
But he was trying to play her. The day after you asked her to be your girlfriend, you're here saying, like,
still
let's
trying
just
to holler at
Shane. Like, why does that matter? Why does that matter? Like, let's just focus on us. Like, prove to me. Show me. You just asked another girl to be your girlfriend.
Shayna was asking him, you just asked Natalie to be your girlfriend. Now you're asking me why I wear. Like, it matters to me. That's what she told him.
Well, he wasn't thinking that she was nothing. He wasn't thinking she was anything important. That's why he was willing to, talk. Because all y'all do is talk about sex and stuff. So that's why he's there is talking about why does it matter. Like, we're not going to get engaged in anything for real. So I thought the best thing she did was to walk away. Yes. But then you came back around
and
after
told
Kyle had proposed.
How he really likes. Yeah, Kyle proposed to her, gave her his mother's ring. And then she goes to Shane and says, I still really like you. I still really like you, and I'll be there for you. And I'm sorry I didn't say this earlier. And then Shane seemed really upset about that. He's like, man, I wish you had said this 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Meaning
that's my thing. That's why I feel like he ain't
if he had exactly.
Yeah.
If
That's why I
she had
think
settled
he's a
2
dog.
days ago, what would have happened?
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like he would cheat on Natalie. Because it doesn't seem like he has a lot of willpower.
Well, I think he needs a lot of affirmation
It's
from
too
Natalie.
damn much. It's too much.
And maybe
you a
Natalie...
grown man. You need more assurance than I do.
I know. Yeah,
I'm not sitting here asking a man every 10 minutes, you like me? Do you think I'm pretty? Do you think I'm pretty?
You
Do you think I'm pretty?
Yeah.
Do you like the way I talk?
I do.
Do you want to take me out? Do you like me?
After
Do you love me?
Of course
do you
I
like me?
Yeah.
I don't think you like me. I don't think you like me.
Oh boy,
I
don't
think
cry.
you like
Oh
me.
my goodness. Don't
No,
cry.
don't touch me
Oh,
because it's
okay.
not genuine.
Okay.
It's not genuine.
Oh.
You see?
We want to call your mommy? I mean,
It's too much. That's
It's
how
not
he be
that
acting
much.
with Natalie, though. That's literally how he be acting with Natalie. And I'm a woman. I have to show you, a whole grown-ass man, how hot you are. You're not even hot, okay? Shrek was
But-
hotter. Okay, let me just start first, okay? So I'm just like, bruh, I don't know how Natalie even got to deal with him.
He does have Olga vibes.
Very much so. He is not. He got. Anyway, let me not get to somebody's looks. Let me not, because I can roast. Let me not roast nobody today. It's Saturday.
But yeah.
So yeah. Yeah. Anyway,
It's actually Friday.
all right, y'all. But yes, that is for episodes 1 to
Shame.
1 to 3. I think.
And now they're all going to the hotel
Yes, it's the honeymoon.
separately. You know,
Yeah.
they haven't met each other yet.
Yeah.
So we are on there, and we will
See you guys in another hour for episode 4 to 5. Then we're going to do 6 to 9, y'all. 6 to 9.
Okay.
Bye-bye.